To add an upstroke to this rhythm isn't hard. Listen to exercise 111. Regular C chord again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your index finger to play the top or top 2 strings on the chord on the way back up. The tone again is quite light. You don't really pick the strings, you brush against them. And players who prefer to frail with their index finger most often also use their index finger for the upstroke, which makes this finger work twice as much. Although you don't really hear a full chord banging away, you can certainly distinguish the kind of chord you're frailing. It's not a percussive thump without sound like the palm slaps played with just a wrist against the wood. Once you have the upstroke going with your index finger, you can add it to other places of the groove. Exercise 112. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you take enough time to curl your middle finger into the palm of your hand before you frail. If you want a percussive sound, you'll need some force and a jump start with your middle finger. Now try to give every part, so bass, upstroke and frail, an equal amount of time in the groove. You can hear that in this type of feel the bass note is always very clearly heard. It stands out because it's played without any chord notes on top. This gives us the opportunity to create some real nice bass lines and worry less about the chord forms on top. There's no complicated chords in this style, just your run-of-the-mill open chords. This is exercise 113. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the chords that we're using here is a C, an A minor, a D minor, and a G5. It's a groove with a very clearly heard bass line. C to A to D, to a G. Now, many country players use this open style of accompaniment. For variation's sake, we will not always play the tonic right on the beat. Different chord notes can be used and they will form a bass line that will stand out. And because of the frailing technique, it will stand out so much that it will start to sound like a melody, as you can hear in exercise 114, your regular C chord again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. The first note played on string 4 is the open D note. You follow that up by a hammer-on the 2nd fret, making a nice bass line going from C to D to E. And although the G note on beat 4 is not part of your regular C chord grip, it is part of the chord C. Now you can do the same thing with the G chord, playing hammer-ons on the 5th string and 4th string. Exercise 115. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll You'll notice that playing a hammer on the 5th string can be tricky because your ring finger on the 6th string is in the way. In this technique, it's actually possible to let go of the note on the 6th string and then play the notes on the 5th string. Now that we've worked through the basic technique of frailing, we'll use it in a country-style song called "Going Down That Lonesome Road" in the next section.